Hi guys, welcome back to Quito, Ecuador. Right now I am at the very top of the Teleférico, which takes you up on this mountain. I'll get to that in a moment. But wanted to catch you up on a few things first before I forget some things that I noticed. I forgot to mention about the buses. I told you I've been taking the buses around a lot. They're only 25 cents, so super cheap, which has been great. Although they do take a while to get around. Usually I have to take like 2 buses to get somewhere from where I'm staying. But another thing, I attempted to use GPS to get around, but really doesn't work well. So you literally just have to keep asking people every time you're going somewhere, like, how do I get there? What bus do I take? A lot of times I've been going to the one bus terminal, and from there I can take another bus. So just a side note on transportation around Quito. Kind of similar to Panama, I guess. There's a lot of asking around as well, but at least it's super cheap, so that's been awesome. And I also just forgot to mention, but you can probably see already from the views I've shown you so far, how beautiful Quito is. So it's a huge city, as you can see behind me, but it's surrounded by green mountains and rivers. Like the first day when I just went to the Mirador de Guapulo, we passed by rivers down below and mountains. A really pretty city. I'm enjoying so far. And another thing I noticed when I went food shopping yesterday to buy some snacks and things, it must be a requirement here, but like everything you buy, all the packaging, they have this label they put on it which tells you if it's medium, low, or high in sugar, fat, and salt. So it looks like it's an easy way for people to grab it, look at it, and determine how healthy it is. Anyway, so I found that interesting. I'm sure it's something that's regulated here and they make them put those labels on it. So anyways, yesterday after I last talked to you guys, I was at Panecillo. I did end up going up the monument afterwards, so I got to learn a little bit more about that. It's actually of the Virgin Mary, coming from the book of Apocalypse in the Bible, and she's basically standing on top of a serpent, which is on top of the world, and she has a chain like around the serpent or the dragon's neck, which is supposed to basically mean like she has overcome evil, and the serpent or dragon is supposed to be symbolic of when Eve ate the apple, and so again the evil, and it's like over the world. So a lot of symbolism there. It's the largest nativity in the world. It's also the largest monument built of aluminum, or aluminium as they would say in the UK. It's also super tall, which I knew, but I didn't know like just how tall. So it's 41 meters tall, the whole entire thing. But in comparison, it's actually bigger than Christ Redeemer in Rio. So that gives you an idea of how big actually the monument is. So it was interesting learning a little bit more about that. Inside, it's kind of like a little museum. They have some stained glass of different saints and things like that you can read about. So yeah, anyways, after that, I went to Plaza Foch. I think that's how you say it. I'm still not totally certain. It was a cool area to walk around. Like I had mentioned, lots of bars, and it's where the nightlife is. So I would say it's a touristy spot as well, but a lot going on there. It's a cool area to check out. And I went to this place called, I don't really remember the name, I don't think. But anyways, it's like a chocolate shop. So they sell all sorts of handmade chocolates and stuff like that. Decided to have some there. Actually, I had some samples, but got a hot chocolate instead, so that was really good. Yeah, so just checked out that area a bit and then headed back. And then today I've come to where I am now, so the very top, the Teleférico, which I'm forgetting the word for in English now. That thing that goes up the side of the mountain, you're sitting in a bucket. Anyways, now I'm using Spanish more, so I'm forgetting the English words. So, on the way up, I was actually with some people from Chile and Ecuador. So I've ended up hanging out with them, and we walked around a little bit. We actually went for a little horseback ride up the mountain, so that was cool. Can't even remember the last time I did horseback riding. You can also hike, but hike's super long. Definitely would need to plan like an entire day to do that. And also another interesting thing, so actually I didn't mention before, Quito is the highest capital of anywhere in the world. And so where I am right now is way high, super high, on top of the city. You can see how far below it is, and so when you get to the top and even like the base of where the Teleférico starts, you read all these signs about taking oxygen because the altitude's so high, people have trouble breathing, so they have like stations and things where you can actually take oxygen to help with that. And I have noticed that a little bit, actually, like a little bit harder to breathe up here. Was yawning a lot before, which I was also told has to do with the lack of oxygen up here, but I'm still doing good so far. So anyways, yeah, exploring the sites a bit up here. Afterwards, gonna go back down and meet them at this place where the Teleférico gets off. You can try a canelazo, I believe is the name, which is a local drink from here. It's an alcoholic beverage, but mixed with maracuya, which is passion fruit. I believe that's the description I heard or remember. Anyways, gonna try that. So I'll let you know how that is on the next video if I remember. Let me show you a bit of the sights as usual. That is the Teleférico over there. I want to say sky bucket. I know there's another word I'm forgetting in English. The amazing views of Quito down below. Where you get off at the top, there's a mirador, or again like viewpoint. It's called Mirador de los Volcanes, because back there is Cotopaxi, one of the main volcanoes. And back that way it's kind of hard to see, but way back there, behind there, really cool looking volcano called Wawa Pichincha, I believe. And over there is a cool swing, Columpio de los Nubes, because it looks like you are, well, on top of the world, pretty much in the clouds. So that's about it for now. Not totally sure what I'm doing from here. Was planning on going to Mitad del Mundo, which is like where the line, pretty much the actual equator, you can stand on like both sides of the equator, but basically by the time I got there it would have taken a long time and then things would be shutting down, so maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Still figuring out what I'm doing. Was thinking of taking some side trips tomorrow from here and the next day, but I'm still debating what to do. So I will fill you guys in from wherever I end up next, and talk to you then. Bye.